Hi, I was wondering, in such an emotional role, maybe Katie and Meryl and Jeff could mention what you did, maybe as a few of you as a group or personally, to kind of decompress a little bit.
We jammed. We did a lot of music, lots with Taylor as well, right? Taylor,
Yeah.
we all Taylor. My scenes with Taylor were mostly at the piano, so we were talking music all the time. And then between scenes, we'd break out our gits and pick a little bit. We had great jam sessions with Brenton and Odeya, and Michael Mitnick plays a bad piano.
Michael, that was crazy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
so good.
Oh, isn't he? Yeah, wonderful. So that's what we did.
Best
for
man of my
Lucy.
life.
Actually, a question for you, Taylor. I mean, obviously, a lot of attention given that this is a significant step for you in the acting world. And I'm sure you've had some opportunities, some offers have come your way. What were you looking for, and what about this one made it the right time and the right project?
Well, like Meryl said, it's unbelievable to even think about having the opportunity to work with Jeff. So I think for me that was just an unbelievable concept that I would get to do sort of this dream scenario where I get to have a very small role that has a pivotal part in the story, but isn't too, jumping into too deep water your first time in a serious, dramatic movie. But I think that the fact that it was all those things put together, the fact that it was a story that stuck with me from my childhood, the fact that it was, written by an author I really respect, the fact that it celebrates all the things that I hold really dear and the things that are most important to me, like our history and our music and our art and our intellect and our memories. I think that really had a great deal to do with why I wanted to be a part of this. I think in a world where right now I'm seeing so many of my fans and these people write to me on Instagram and Twitter and letters saying that they're having such a tough time with life because they can't imagine that we can experience such great pain, such intense loss, such insecurity. And the thing that I just wish I could tell them over and over again is that we live for these fleeting moments of happiness. Happiness is not a constant. It's something that we only experience a glimpse of every once in a while, but it's worth it. And I think that's what they'll take away from this movie.
I guess this is for Philip and Lois, but also Jeff, Katie, anyone else there. Did you guys ever have a conversation about the science fiction implications of this film? In other words, maybe the backstory that led to this culture, the post-apocalyptic scenario? Was there any conversations about?
Lots.
And could you describe some of those conversations, or at least, maybe a summarization by some of you guys of what you talked about?
We had a lot of discussion about whether, what the future was. We talked to Lois a lot about it. And I think what is important to all of us is that the world was headed in a very bad place. And whether that was ecological, whether it was world war, it's unimportant, actually, to the story. What's important to the story is that we went on a very, very bad path. So we've tried a lot of things. Philip experimented with a lot of ideas, and we left that to what we think are very smart audiences to try to figure out and have their own interpretation of how we got here.
I imagine, Jeff, you got to take into consideration all these things to get behind the story.
Yeah, I was as Nikki was speaking, I was trying to remember what my scenario was. And I think it went along with Nikki about something terrible happened or our darker side kind of surfaced, and we put a stop to that by trying to perfect ourselves. And this is an example of one of the things that we try to get convenient. How wonderful we have these. We have these water bottles. We can drink these whenever we can. What a lousy idea, to have these. They say they're biodegradable often, but they're not. They end up in the ocean. The fish eat them. We eat the fish. It's just not. It's that immediate kind of gratification that's a part of being human beings, and we tend to kind of go that way. That's a part of who we are, and. One of the things I like about this movie and the book as well, is that it's not really shoving a message down the audience's throat, but hopefully it's provoking them to ask some questions. You know, what are we willing to do for our comfort and our safety, and what is the true cost of that as a human being?
Let's go to the woman on your right.